Hey guys, Greg here. I wanted to show you some footage I got at PAX South last weekend of Has-Been Heroes running on the Nintendo Switch with a Pro Controller. We got to talk to one of the guys on the team about the game, and kind of a funny story. We get to PAX. Nintendo has a huge presence there, big Nintendo booth, basically sucking a lot of the sort of hype and oxygen away from the other exhibitors on hand. But up to the other side of the room, there was a totally separate booth for just Has-Been Heroes, and they basically had no line at all for the PS4 and Xbox version, and a pretty decently long line for the Nintendo Switch version, because obviously people wanted to check out the new system. So it's finally our turn. I walk up to the Switch demo with my 6-year-old son, who's wearing like a Mario hat, a Pokemon shirt, Zelda, Link Master Sword, Hyrule Shield backpack, and the guy on the team is basically like, "Oh, so you just want to check out this, see the Switch? That's fine. There it is. You can take a look at it really close. Check out the Pro Controller. But this is a pretty complex game. I don't know if he'll really be able to get into it." But I was like, "No, we want to see the game too. Let's just see if he can kind of get into it." And then the guy was like, "Yeah, that's cool. I'll go over it with him." And he ended up being like a really nice guy. Explained it all really well. And then my son really started to sort of click with him. The thing that really made it click with me was when he sort of explained that basically you hit the left bumper, pause the game, figure out your next move. You can also suspend the game. So like you'll hit the left bumper, you can just pause it, suspend it, get off the train, get off the bus. Sort of the mobile aspect of it really started to make a lot more of a sort of value proposition. And so for like a lot of Switch owners looking for a second game, more of an affordable second game for this system. Might be a good game to check out. Let me know what you think. Has-Been Heroes coming out March 28th on Nintendo Switch, PS4, Xbox One, and PC for $19.99 in the US. And I'll show the footage here.
Let him recharge. So he's still stunned. So pause the game real quick. So now he's stunned, and this guy has one hit, and he'll do 150 damage. So this is when you want to use him to deal the damage against the health. So let's attack with the middle lane. Press the Y button and attack.
So you said that this guy, because he's like, what is that, like a mage or something? And then he does more of like the armor?
His spells do faster recharge.
Oh.
But his two attacks take off 2 pieces of armor. So for example here, one attack will take off 1 armor, his second attack will attack the health, but he only does 2 damage. So anytime you attack the health, it pushes the guy back and resets the armor. So if you used him to try to kill the guys, you're never going to do it. You're going to get overrun. So it's all about trying to match up the attacks with the stamina so that you can get the guys that do the damage in to make the kills. Does it make a little sense?
Yes.
Cool.
Yes.
Let's use some spells. How about that? So down here are your spells. Like this one you have selected right now. So you use this right here. Select your spells. So let's select that lightning spell in the middle. There you go. Use the right bumper up here to select it. There you go. And now you choose who you want to shoot it with.
Hey, you want to take your backpack off?
They get that close.
You okay?
Let's shoot this big guy up here. There you go. Nice. You killed the guy. Good job.
Good job, buddy.
All right, let's pause the game. So this guy, he doesn't attack strong. So we're gonna need to move somebody else up there to attack this guy. To move lanes, you have to have someone attack to move up, to make a space open. So let's go ahead and attack on the bottom. So it's just the bottom lane. B. And attack. There you go. Now, let's move that guy from the top lane to the bottom. And let's move the guy from the middle lane to the top. There you go. Now when he attacks with this one attack, it'll take off that 1 stamina and stun him. Then you can unpause, wait for it to recharge, and do damage that way. We also have a lot of spells, so fireball spell, a freezing spell. This one will knock people back and do wind damage. I don't know what this one was that you picked up. What is this spell right here? Go up and to the right. There you go.
That was the one you got from that cart, right?
Yeah. There's 300 spells in this game, so there's some I've never seen before because it all comes randomly. But that's pretty cool. Okay, let's do this. Let's cast a fireball spell on that guy. There you go. Got it. And then right bumper to cast it. Boom.
Is this 2-player? Like, no? Single player?
Yeah. So he's stunned. Let's go ahead and attack. Let's pause it real quick. Let's attack with the top lane since he's stunned. So you do the damage. select the top lane, and select attack. There you go. Took off a significant portion of his health. So that's good. Also took off his stamina, so you don't have any stamina on that guy anymore. So let's do this. Let's move this guy up in the middle lane to the top lane. And let's take the guy from the bottom lane to the middle lane.
So are you mostly concerned with efficiency? Like,
Yes.
you're just constantly looking at the most efficient way to do each attack in each line because you're going to run out of...
Guys are here. They're coming. So if you don't kill them efficiently, they're going to start to bunch up on you and start to overwhelm you. But that's also where your spells start to come into. This is Chain Lightning. Your Fireball spell will do kill multiple enemies. But it's all about the efficiency and thinking ahead. So when you unpause, now this is a Treasure Goblin. If you attack him, he'll drop gold, which will get you money for the merchants that you find. So each one of these question marks could be a spell vendor or a merchant to get a rare item that will help buff your characters, stuff like that. But each one of these dots could be a battle. So you can choose your path. This is a mini boss. It's a mini boss.
I saw that boss. It was like a big thing that takes up the screen. Can all 3 lines do the boss?
Usually the boss is on one lane.
Okay. So you still are moving them around and
You
everything?
have to move them around, right. Right. You'll have some characters that have like 7 stamina, so you might need to use, like this spell will double a character's attack, so you can cast that on that guy, give him 4 attacks, attack, swap this guy in the lane to do 3 to stun him, and you swap him the damage dealer. So you do need to swap them very, very often. Okay. So let's unpause it for a second here. You knocked that guy back pretty far. So let's go ahead and kill him off. Choose the top lane. And attack. Cool. So you killed him. Good job. And then here, let's attack on the bottom now. Because this guy's got 1 stamina, and he does 1 attack, so he'll freeze him in place. Cool. Now when you unpause, wait for it to recharge, and now you can kill him. Pause it. Choose the bottom lane, and attack. Good. A lot of damage.
Nice.
So now when you think about like the next move, this guy's got 2 stamina. This guy's already in the middle lane, which is good. So now you want to attack in the middle lane, take off his stamina, it'll stun him, swap in the warrior, make the warrior hit him. So there's a lot of swapping and positioning that you play with in this game.
And then these 2 ladies in the back, I didn't really see what they're doing.
So the story is you're escorting them to Princess School.
Oh, okay.
And it's a treacherous journey. What they do is every time you kill, souls get absorbed into these orbs that they hold. And they get collected here.
Okay.
So like here, you've got 9 out of 20 collected in this orb.
Yep.
When you hit 20, you can hold the right trigger, and you can basically instantly recharge one of your spells. So really good in a pinch. So here, because you attacked him, he's stunned now. Let's swap the guy from the bottom lane into the middle lane. There you go. Now if you unpause, wait for it to recharge, now you can attack. There you go. It's almost dead.
Oh, watch your sword, buddy. Sorry about the
It's
sword.
okay, it's okay. Fun stuff comes in. It's a pretty deep strategy game. Fun stuff comes in when you do weird combinations, like the fireball. Like if I shot this guy with a fireball, it would catch him on fire. If I attacked him, I would catch on fire. But then you could swap lanes, and I can catch that guy on fire, because then he's touching me. And then I could swap lanes and catch that guy on fire. And if you ever then unpause and go to reset, you can attack everyone in the back on the way in. There's a couple interesting mechanics you can play around with there. Let's do this. The next guy you need to get is probably this guy. He doesn't do any damage to health, so let's take him out of the bottom lane and move him to the middle. Remember how to do that? B to Y. And let's do the top lane and bring him to the bottom lane. There you go. Now have him attack that guy.
There you go.
Perfect. So then you gotta look at the next biggest threat, which is any one of these guys. They all have 2 stamina, so it's perfect. Just rinse, repeat. Let's use this guy to attack the 2 stamina, swap the warrior down to do the damage. And then you'd move him, you probably just then do it up here.
What did these guys take damage from? I didn't even see. Like, is that just?
That's from your earlier attacks.
Okay.
So whenever you attack them,
Oh, you can swap
and do
them?
damage. It pushes them back.
Oh, so we pushed them. Oh, I see what you're saying.
Right?
Yeah.
So I think in the past, I think you might have attacked with this guy. Like for this guy in particular, you attacked with this guy, took off 2 stamina, sending the big guy to the damage. It knocked him back to the end of the line, and when you do damage to him, it takes off 1 stamina. So even though he's weak, sometimes you do want him to do damage to these guys just to push him back if you start to get overwhelmed. Is it clicking a little?
Yeah, kind of.
Oh, okay, top metal.
You kind of need hands-on.
Yeah, absolutely.
But it's like once you understand the core mechanics, it becomes really fast like when they play. And it's addicting. Because this is just one battle on the way to the mini-boss. After the mini-boss, it's another map, randomized, and then there's a level 1 elemental boss. There's 7 worlds. So it's 2 maps. This is map, mini-boss, map, boss. Once you do that, you beat the level 1 boss, it unlocks a permanent spell. Because you just start with 3. And then you're now level 2. So there's a map, a mini boss, a map, a mini boss, a map, and then the level 2 boss. And it keeps building like that. This game is hard.
Yeah. Are you doing any like Switch exclusive features, touchscreen, anything like that?
So-
Pretty much control the same.
Pretty much no Switch game is going to have touchscreen controls
Yeah.
because when it's docked,
Yeah, you can't really.
you can't touch it.
Yeah.
And so you'd have to remove functionality from the game. So no, there's not.
Makes
I
sense.
haven't played a Switch game that has touchscreen functionality. And they haven't really shown us other
Right.
things, other apps that they put in the game to do. But this is a great game to use the Switch on the couch. Because it doesn't, because you pause it, you don't have to be like totally engrossed in it.
So you've got it paused here. Is there like another pause, like a suspend? Like, can I like
Come back.
to it?
Oh, yeah.
Like, is it?
When you turn off the Switch, you just push the button.
Oh.
Instead of puts the
And
suspended
it
button.
just brings you right back to like here.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's pretty nice.
All right, so that is Has Been Heroes coming to Nintendo Switch, PS4, Xbox One, PC, March 28th, 1999 in the US. Later in the week, I'm going to be putting up some other footage I have from PAX South, footage I've got of ARMS, 1-2 Switch, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, a few other indie games. So if you want to see some of that, throw me a like and a subscribe, and we'll see you then. Thanks for watching.